was just driving, listening to a Veronica's song, and it reminded me of the time that I got fired. Why, you may ask? Because the job I got fired from, I met the Veronicas and other celebrities. And I just thought I'd talk about that because I realized through this whole process that working for other people who didn't care as much as I did, I always gave 110% to everything I ever did, and the people above me didn't, and it just sucked. And I was like, if I work for myself, I know that I'm going to get in return what I give. So I am now self-employed, and I have been for a long time, but I want to talk about when I got fired. Well, I was working in a casino and there was an incident that happened, and it realistically, this isn't a cop-out, it wasn't my fault, it was partially my fault, but also someone else should have taken accountability, but it was easier just to fire me. And I was told when I was in this meeting with the manager and someone from head office or whatever, prior to the meeting, I said, should I be worried? I can bring my partner with me. My partner at the time was in hospitality. He owned nightclubs. It was going to be very beneficial to have him there, representing me and helping me. And I was told, no, don't worry. They sat me down and said, we're going to have to let you go. And I was like, blindsided. What happened, if anyone was interested in knowing what happened? I was the head waitress at the casino, which to start off with was annoying because I was actually a bartender, which requires a lot more skill than being a waitress. But bottle service waitressing, you do get good tips, and I was the best. I'm not putting tickets on myself, but I know that I was the best because when we had people like the Veronicas and Chris Hemsworth and Matt Damon and professional athletes, I was the waitress assigned to them, all of them, every time, no one else, me. So what happened was these three women purchased a bottle of vodka. So as a waitress, you serve them, but obviously they're going to get pretty wild, pretty tipsy. I personally don't think they should have been sold a bottle of vodka. It should have, usually it's groups of people, they get a bottle and you mix them or whatever, but just three women, one bottle of vodka between three women, so what happened was I served them 3/4 of the bottle, and they started getting pretty rowdy, but my shift had just ended, so I had another waitress come and take over. And I said to her, look, they're getting pretty tipsy, we're probably going to have to cut them off soon, which sucks being the person having to tell them, hey, I know you've purchased this, but you can't drink anymore. But yeah, I finished my shift, so it was up to the next woman to then cut her off. And following your RSA, responsible service of alcohol. What happened was, I didn't know this until a week or two later, but one of the ladies actually fell over on site at the casino and hit her head, and I think she got an ambulance, went to hospital, whatever. Unfortunately for me, the CEO of the casino walked past when the footage was being reviewed, saw that I was the waitress initially serving her, and said, get rid of her. So it was decided from the very beginning that I needed to go. And yeah, I went into this meeting with the manager who I was close with and was like, should I get back up? And he's like, nah, all good. Then I got fired. And then I was just like, what? And he pulled me aside afterwards and said, you were next in line for promotion. And I was like, I know. I know I was doing so good. And then, yeah, it just sucked. But then I got another job. And I was in sales, and I was also fucking killed it. I did so good at that. I was also in line to get a promotion, and what happened was I was constantly giving so much to this job, and I just thought, I'm giving so much and my manager doesn't give a fuck about what happens. Imagine if I work for myself, what I put in, I'm going to get out. And something happened where I was clearly the next one in line to get a manager role. And this other woman who left the company decided to come back, which my manager told me would never hire her again because she was so negative and a distraction and whatever. She came back, and then the carrot being dangled in front of me of the role of a manager was also oh, you're competing with her now. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. Like, I actually quit. And since then, I've been working for myself, and it's the best thing I've ever done, because I'm someone who, it's how you do anything is how you do everything. And I do everything with 110%. Like, sometimes I'm a perfectionist, but I get shit done. And I'm so glad that I did that, because I am so satisfied every day knowing that I don't have to answer to anyone above me who doesn't give a shit about what I'm doing day to day.